Hello everyone, my name is Muskan. I am a legal intern at LexClick and Company. So today's topic of discussion is contract of indemnity and insurance. So let's proceed with our topic. According to Indian Contract Act 1872, a contract is nothing but an agreement which is enforceable by law. There are several types of contracts, among which one is contract of indemnity. A contract of indemnity is a special type of contract. The term indemnity means defense against any damage or compensation. A contract of indemnity is one in which one party promises another party to save him from loss caused to him by the promisor himself or by the conduct of any other person. This has been defined under Article 124 of ICA 1872. However, in the English law, it had a much wider meaning than this. Indemnity in English law means a promise to protect the other party harmless from the repercussion of an act. Thus, the English law is wide enough to include any type of action such as fire or flood, but the Indian Act allows protection against only human-made losses. Another term we came across in our daily lives is insurance. An insurance is also a contract in which one party takes a fixed sum of money from the other party on a regular basis to pay the other party a fixed amount of sum on the happening of a certain event. Insurance is also a protection against loss. The need for insurance is rising day by day with the growing uncertainty of events in our daily lives. Every contract of insurance is a contract of indemnity except in the case of life and personal insurance. In fact, law of insurance and law of guarantee are said to be advanced version of law of indemnity. Contract of indemnity may sound very similar to a contract of insurance to a layman and therefore allows for anomalies in perception resulting in confusion, which the study will attempt to expand on Indian Contract Act 1872. Contract of indemnity and contract of insurance. Feature of contract of indemnity. The purpose of entering into an indemnity contract is to protect the promisee against unplanned damages. The contract of indemnity is held to be valid on the fulfillment of some essentials which are as follows. There must be two parties to the contract of indemnity, that is promisor and promisee. The promisor or indemnifier, the one who promises to cover damage instead of the other party. The promisor or indemnity holder or indemnified person whose damage is paid or who is covered. This contract is entered into to protect one party from the loss by the help of other party who bears the damages. The contract of indemnity can be both from express or implied. The contract of indemnity should also be valid contract according to Indian Contract Act 1872 and all the sections of IC are applicable on it. The promisee or the indemnified holds certain rights against the indemnifier when he has acted in the scope of his authority. These rights are defined in section 125 of ICA, which are right to recover damages paid in a suit. Section 125A, this grants indemnity holder a right to seek from the indemnifier any damages that it might be obligated to pay in the proceedings relating to any case to which the indemnity arrangement relates. Right to recover cost incurred in defending a suit. Section 125, Subclause 2. An indemnity holder has the ability to reclaim from the indemnifier any damages that he would be obligated to incur under any action if he did not breach the promissory instructions and behaved as it would have been fair for him to act in the absence of any provision for indemnity, or if the promisor allowed him to bring or fight the suit. Right to recover sums paid under compromise. Article Section 125 Subclause 4. Whether the arrangement was not against the promisor or others and was one that promisor might have made if there had been no contract of indemnity, or whether the promisor allowed him to compromise the claim, and indemnity holder has the ability to recover from the indemnifier and the sums charged in the terms in every other agreement. The Indian law is silent on when the liability of indemnifier starts and when he has to pay. But the high courts of different states have been given distinct judgments with regard to commencement of liability of the indemnified. Feature of contract of insurance. If we see the dictionary meaning of word insurance, it is defined as an underwriting by a company, society or a state to be the insured person to provide or safeguard him against the loss or damage of any kind in return for a regular payment. Contract of insurance is based on the principle that whatever has been created will be destroyed. The uncertainty of events scares the mankind, and insurance provides protection against the loss which may occur in future. There are many types of insurance, of which the most common ones are fire, marine and life insurance. As stated earlier, principle of indemnity is the guiding principle behind insurance and is applicable in all types of insurance except life, personal accident and sickness insurance. The essentials of contract of insurance are divided into two categories. Essentials of general contract. offer and acceptance, consideration, legal capacity, legal purpose, free consent. Essentials of a special contract of insurance: indemnity, incurable interest, utmost good faith, subrogation, assignment, nomination, warranties, proximate cost, return of premium. Among these essentials, this project is focused on indemnity. The principle ensures that in case of loss, the insured party only gets the amount which he has lost and not more than that. It makes sure that the insurance contract should not become a way of income. The insured may gain some financial position which was before he suffered with the damages. Doctrine of subrogation: if the lost property has any asset left or any right against the third party, the promisor will subrogate the left property or right of the property, so allowing the insured to hold. It might result in him realizing more than the total liability, which would be contrast to the indemnity principle. So let's conclude our topic. The bond of indemnity covers a wide range of topics in everyday life. It may be found in a variety of areas, from technical fields, trade, operation, and even insurance plans. While indemnity tends to be limiting, it is not exhaustive, since general rules can be used to define the indemnity provision. Insurance and indemnification through transfer liability and protect against financial risk, but they do in separate ways. In insurance, the liability has a wider scope than in indemnity. So that's all for today. If you like my video, do like, comment and subscribe the Let's Click YouTube channel. Thank you.